from the BBC, they usually walk 80 kilometers per day. Can you imagine? 80 kilometers per day. That's double distance of the marathon. Usually marathon is around 42 kilos. But they walk more than twice the distance of marathon, usually 80 kilometers per day. Oh, I can't imagine how they walk. We human beings only walk 4 kilos per hour. Comparing what we do is totally amazing. But interesting thing is, during their group walking for food and water, of course they have young baby elephants. They cannot have enough energy like their adult elephants. So time to time, these younger ones, they're just too tired to continue their journey. So they sit down and sometimes lie down, I don't care. And then the elephants come and kick their leg or their bum. Wake up! Come on, stand up again. Let's continue our journey. And then they continue their journey. Ooh, can you imagine how far the 80 kilometers is per day? It is a long journey. It was very stressful, very difficult, very tired. But with their endurance and patience, they continued their journey on the way. In Mark's Gospel, we share the same theme of journey on the way. I have to make an apology. Actually, the sermon title is Christians PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Without giving notice to the person who prepared the bulletin, I just changed the title, like on the way, coming here. I'm so sorry about the person who prepared this title. On the way, not the Christians PTSD. Anyway, in our gospel, there's one blind man who begging for money and for food to survive. Around his neck was a sign, "My name is Bartimaeus. Please help me till Jesus comes." This man had lost his vision. He couldn't see. He's a blind man. He wasn't able to see others, what they were doing. And he had to sit on the streets of Jericho town to beg some money or some food from the passers-by. Can you imagine how stressful it would be to lose your vision, your ability to work, and cannot see any danger or people around you? All you can do is ask other people for help and rely on their goodwill. This was a very stressful time for Bartimaeus. He was alone every day, and he could not find a way forward. But one day, he heard some kind of news that there's one man who was a well-known teacher and healer coming to this town, Jericho. And he hoped maybe he may be able to see again through this young teacher and healer. And when he sensed that he was coming towards where he was, and he shouted, "Teacher, let me see again. Give me a chance to see again." the teacher would like to speak to you, someone told this blind man. Those were the words that Bartimaeus needed to hear. It was at that moment he left his past behind him and opened his heart to Jesus. Instantly, he could see. What a miracle story. After so many years of hardship, he was suddenly healed, realizing how his life had changed. He knew that in that very moment, he wanted to give something in return to this healer, the teacher. Without hesitation, Bartimaeus decided to stay with Jesus and followed his ways. How did it happen? How did Bartimaeus change his very difficult journey when all he wanted and could do was just sit down and tired every day like the young elephants on their 80-kilometer journey per day? Bartimaeus stood up. Regardless of the unknown, he became a disciple of Jesus. He may have been blind, but he had spiritual vision, and it took faithful action. It is Bartimaeus' attitude and action that Jesus described as faith. Attitude and action in the face of difficult situations, they are very important in our life journey. We can improve our attitude by taking an inventory of blessings. For every negative aspect of your situation, can you make an inventory of all blessings? As an example, if you are on a deserted island, being alone, you might have a list of problems. You can see only problems. Oh, I have this problem and that problem. But you can also have some kind of blessings that you couldn't see before. A man was in the deserted island, and being alone, he tried to do what he could do. And on one side of the paper, he wrote, "Oh, I do not have any clothes." But on the other page, he wrote, "Oh, here it is very warm, and I don't really need any clothes." Secondly, he wrote, "Oh, I lost all food and all kinds of things that I prepared to continue my journey." And on the other side page, he wrote, "Oh, here, there's plenty of fresh fruit and clean water. So I don't need all of them that I prepared before." We might be surprised to find something to be thankful for, even in the most difficult situations. We all experience stressful moments in our lives. We all work very hard for good life and to support our families and ourselves. We all have moments where we feel blind and like we cannot see the path ahead of us. And it may feel like we are on a treadmill of difficulties. But we all know the basic rule of life. We must use it or
we would lose it.
Faithful living is not static.